I was charged with conspiracy to sell crack cocaine. Well, I had five charges. I had one for conspiracy to sell crack cocaine. I had conspiracy to sell ecstasy pills. I had conspiracy to sell marijuana. I had a conspiracy to sell ecstasy, weed, and a conspiracy of guns that I ain't never seen. Like, they charged me with stuff that I ain't even really had nothing to do with. It's like, and then the judge gonna say, in a conspiracy, one hand feed all. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, man, it's crazy how the feds can come pick you up and really they don't got no evidence, just hearsay.
All right, good afternoon. This is State of Florida versus Stephen Testa with multiple cases before the court.
Yo, what's poppin', man? It's your boy E. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast, where I talk about prison, pre, post, and present, and how everything that I experienced throughout my incarceration has forever changed my life. This is the Incarceration. So Forever Convict family, once again, we are on the journey to 50,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so now. Share this channel with somebody who hasn't.
That's what the doctor told me. Said if I wouldn't have had dreads, I would have been dead.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. All right, so getting out of the hospital, and what happened next? You went back to the streets. You left the streets alone for a while. You felt like that was a warning and a wake-up call to leave that lifestyle alone. What happened?
Well, when I got out, yeah, I kind of, when I got out, I was mad. My brother, my brother that got killed, he was mad, and man, he was like, I say 2 days later, we was riding around in my Jeep. I had a Tahoe. We was riding around, and I had an AK, and I was like riding around. We was asking people, something? Have you heard anything about the robbery? Have you heard anything? Like, we was riding around just looking to go get some people, and everybody was like, oh, I ain't heard nothing. Everybody was playing like they ain't heard nothing. But, you stay in a little county where I'm from, everybody knows something. Like, if somebody knows something, but it's like, and it's still going on to this day of how people getting killed and nobody is saying nothing. Nobody's saying nothing. Everybody acting like they don't know nothing. Or, it's just people say it's a black cloud over that town. But it's like, it's crazy, man, how it's a small town and it's a deadly town. People just get killed down there, and it's crazy. It's the young guys, and it's like it's on black, man. It's killing each other.
So after all this, did you continue to live a street lifestyle, selling dope, and how did this transition into your following arrest and prison bed?
Yeah, I want to say probably like a year later. A year later, some guys I was selling drugs to, and some guys I was dealing with that was supposed to be my homies and dudes I was hanging with. This was in early 2009. They got picked up by the feds, and when they got picked up, it kind of like I stopped selling. I stopped messing around in the streets. I kind of went on the road with a guy I was dealing with at the time, where I had started doing music, and I was on the road with him. I started going on the road with him, and then in 2010, at the beginning of 2010, in January, my baby brother, my brother after me, okay, I got a baby brother, but my brother after me, he got killed in Charlotte. And that took a toll on me, man. Just, cause he was my best friend, and he got killed. And the night before he got killed, we was riding around, and he was just telling me like I need to leave the drug life alone, and like the feds come to get me if I don't stop, and you know, he was telling me he ain't gonna be here, and I'm like, oh, where you going? He was like, I'm thinking I'm moving to Georgia with my aunt, and I'm like, man, you know, he was, you know, basically like he was saying his goodbyes that night, and the next day he got killed in Charlotte.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
So what happened after that, and then how does that transition into your following arrest?
Well, after that, like I said, I was still going on the road with my homeboy. I kind of like moved in with him. He was staying in Atlanta, and he was signing Def Jam at the time. So I was going back and forth on the road with him doing shows, and back and forth from North Carolina to Atlanta, and wherever he had to do shows at, just not even being in the streets no more. And in 2000, and then in March, a day before my twin's birthday, is when I got picked up for the indictment in 2011, for the indictment that I got charged with in the Fed. You know, after I had already stopped selling drugs for 2 years, they still came and got me.
Dang, that's crazy. So to go into detail about that, man. So you stopped selling drugs for 2 years.
For 2
And then
years.
the feds come pick you up. What happened? What were
Yeah.
you charged with? What was the accusations?
I was charged with conspiracy to sell crack cocaine. Well, I had five charges. I had one for conspiracy to sell crack cocaine. I had conspiracy to sell ecstasy pills. I had conspiracy to sell marijuana. I had a conspiracy to sell ecstasy, weed, and a conspiracy of guns that I ain't never seen. Like, they charged me with stuff that I ain't even really had nothing to do with. It's like, and then the judge gonna say, in a conspiracy, one hand feed all. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, man, it's crazy how the feds can come pick you up and really they don't got no evidence, just hearsay and ghost dope. And what somebody said, they point the fingers, and the judge say, oh, whatever somebody say, everybody it's everybody. So that was crazy. And I really thought it was a joke, you know, when the feds came and got me. I thought it, you know, like, ain't no way I'm finna go to prison for a long time and I ain't got caught with nothing. You know, but it definitely ain't no joke. You know, when the Fed come get you, it's serious. Yeah, they don't need no but a statement. They don't need no evidence, none of that. It's just statements. That's what I got convicted with. And like I said, I took a plea because, you know, like my lawyer said, if I go to trial, I'm gonna get a life sentence. I ain't gonna get out. So, you know, I didn't even want to sign the plea, man. Like, sign a plea for 16 years for something that you ain't, you know, that something that they ain't even found on you, just what somebody said is crazy, man. Then come to find out that the guys that told on me, some of the guys that told on me is the one that did the home invasion.
That's crazy. So the guys who robbed you are the ones, or who tried to rob you, who did the home invasion, they're the ones who put the feds on
Yeah,
you.
some of them, yeah. Some of them, yeah.
And what, they just made statements to the feds and all that was in your paperwork?
Yeah, all that was in the paperwork.
Dang, bro. So you're facing 60, how many years? 16 years?
Well, I was facing a life sentence.
Life sentence? Yeah. So what's going on in your mind whenever, so you sitting in federal holding at this point?
Yeah, I sat in the I was on 23-hour lockdown for a whole year. Like, come out 1 hour a day for a whole year.
And how's it feel, especially because you weren't in the streets for 2 years? You're like, dang, like,
Yeah,
how the hell
man,
is my
it was
past gonna
rough,
come
man.
up?
And my mom and brother them, like, everybody telling me, man, I wouldn't even sign that plea. Got like, go to trial. I'm like, man, ain't no way I'm going to trial, because my lawyer already telling me, you go to trial, you ain't never getting out. He like, take the 16, you could fight from that. Like, if you go to trial, you getting a life sentence. Like, you getting all these charges, all the counts. You gonna get time for every count. So I just was like, man, and like I said, when they brought the plea to me, man, it took me. I I lie to you not, bro. It took me like 30 minutes to sign it. Like, I just sat there, man, like, looking at it like, man, I'm just about to sign my life away
And you signed for the 16?
for 16 years.
Listen, if you've done any time, I'm talking about a county jail, state penitentiary, federal, or even drug programs, whatever. If you want to share your story on this channel, go ahead and email me at eithekingbooking. Go ahead and put your stories in the comments below. If there's anything that I talked about slightly, you want me to go more in depth on, or anything I haven't talked about at all, and it's a good idea, drop it in the comments. Let me know. And also remember, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. You can find my music on all platforms. I also have another channel, YouTube channel, my official artist channel, E.I. the King. And I also have another podcast. It's called Let Me Talk Bro, where I talk more so about my life, music, ministry, and all these things. Also, I have a Patreon with exclusive content. Everything is in the description below. So listen, man, till the next time, it's your boy, E.I. the King.